The sport of soccer continues to grow rapidly in the U.S., and the Northwest Suburbs is a soccer destination, thanks in large part to the fields available at the National Sports Center in Blaine. Its signature event, the USA Cup, attracts dozens of teams. After being canceled in 2020, planning is underway for this year's Target USA Cup, with the team submission period opening this week. Many youth soccer programs in our area feed into the sport's popularity, and that number is continuing to grow as Brooklyn Park could soon be home to a new indoor soccer training facility. The company is called Pure Vita Elite Training, and it will be located on Winnetka Avenue North, right next to here at CCX Media Studios. This facility would focus on small group training for 5 to 9-year-olds by soccer professionals. This would not be a place for tournaments, but rather a place just for training. The training facility has to be outfitted with field, turf, and special flooring. The Brooklyn Park Planning Commission recommended approval this week. A Robbinsdale nurse will have an important say on health disparities caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. Mary Turner, an intensive care nurse at North Memorial Health Hospital, will serve on a new Biden administration task force. The task force will focus on how the pandemic has disproportionately impacted communities of color. Turner, who also serves as president of the Minnesota Nurses Association, says she's both honored and humbled to serve the country. She will be the only registered nurse to serve on the new task force. In a fight to stop domestic violence, a nonprofit is asking businesses and residents to take a pledge this weekend in honor of Maria Pugh, the Maple Grove woman who died at the hands of her husband last year.
It's just really brought home how important it is to make a change in our community and in our society's tolerance of domestic abuse. It's up to us to not tolerate it anymore, and if we choose to do that, a real change can come.
This is a very personal issue for our family, but more importantly, it's a personal issue for our nation. That we really need to know that we don't have to tolerate this. We can take back and claim our love and our concern for each other, and we can do that through taking the pledge and being aware that we have the power to end darkness with the power of light and love. We do. Take the pledge.
The Maria's Voice Pledge is a promise to speak up and take actions to help end domestic abuse and promote safety and respect in the community. Spavia Day Spa in Maple Grove is the first business that will take the pledge.
As a woman business owner, and a lot of my staff are females, as well as our guest base is a lot of women, that this was a perfect opportunity for us to kind of bring more awareness to the issue because it is so prevalent in our society and something that I didn't realize how close it was until I really started working with Maria's Voice and then just talking to people about it.
Spavia Day Spa will be educating its staff to help them see signs of domestic abuse. More information can be found on our website, ccxmedia.org. Brooklyn Park is joining an effort to improve sustainability and energy efficiency in their city. It's an effort that not only aims to meet environmental goals, but also help save taxpayer money. Brooklyn Park has joined about 140 other cities and tribal nations across the state in implementing the GreenStep Cities Sustainability Program. The free program is led by the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency and several partner organizations. By joining the program, it will help the city reach several of its 2025 goals of saving energy, resources, and money.
We have already done a number of things to become more efficient. We have installed LED street lighting. We have added the solar array over at our city facilities. And now we'll be looking for other ways that we can improve efficiencies.
The city also issues loans and rebates to residents who make energy efficient updates and appliance purchases. Through these efforts, the city saved taxpayers about $50,000 in annual energy costs. Since the start of the pandemic, schools and nonprofit organizations have had to tweak some of their volunteer programs in order to adhere to safety protocols. As Delane Cleveland reports in this week's Standout Student, a Wayzata High School freshman is utilizing her talents in a creative way to spread joy to some of the most vulnerable.
It isn't normal, and we haven't done this before.
In this most unusual of school years, one thing remains constant.
So these are like collection boxes.
Students in Wayzata High School's volunteer program, Club YES, are still finding ways to give back.
We sent letters to military troops overseas.
In a normal year, the students would do things like play music in senior living homes or help out at the local food shelf. But because of COVID, a lot of those in-person activities have been put on hold.
When the pandemic first started, naturally it just shut us down. We couldn't send students out in the community to volunteer. So we really had to think out of the box.
Hi, I'm Tasha Piyabongkarn.
Now, with the inability to volunteer in person,
I'm also a Club YES volunteer.
they decided to utilize the tools of this digital age. Freshman Tasha Piyabongkarn is one of a number of Wayzata students who have started recording themselves displaying their musical talents. The high school then sends these videos to local senior living homes for residents to enjoy.
So I started making these videos, and even though I don't see like the seniors' reactions and that kind of stuff, I know that I'm still making them happy, and that makes me happy. So.
Staff members at Trillium Woods Senior Living Home in Plymouth say the videos have had quite the effect.
Some of them are just elated. Some of them, it brings them to tears. Some of them, it's really nice because it brings them back to their piano days.
Tasha is a classically trained pianist who's been playing since the age of 5. This initiative is just one way that she can share her passion and spread joy with those who are missing those in-person connections.
I think music is really powerful. I think it can like bring back memories sometimes and emotions.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.